I'd like to welcome you all back to Water Your Soil. So this video right here says dear to me. And it says dear for a reason. This video is in regards to the youth, because I feel as though there's not enough people reaching out from the personal finance to the youth. And for you parents out there and you guardians, you can possibly set your kids up to win. So I'm gonna give you a rundown. This is about putting your kids on your credit card accounts as authorized users. This is one of the biggest ways that people set their kids up to win, and they'll thank you in the future. They may not thank you now because, they probably don't know what's going on, but they'll thank you in the future. But I tell you, there are cultures of people who have done this for years, because credit cards been around for a minute now. But there are cultures of people who have done this for years, and they gave their kids a big head start on top of things like trust funds and things of that nature. Now, there are a lot of people who can't afford to put together certain things like trust funds and things of that nature. The average person can't, majority of us can't. But majority of us can put our kids on credit cards as an authorized user. Now, I don't have kids right now. I plan on having kids in the future, but I don't have any right now. But one thing that's important to me is setting the youth up to win. And sometime in the near future, once things calm down and we're all back, completely back as a society, I plan on teaching kids and educating them, kids in their late teens, of course, probably juniors and seniors in high school that are getting ready to go off into college, which is basically, junior adulthood. But anyways, I plan on teaching them credit because I didn't have those opportunities around when I was a kid. No one gave me that game, no one reached out and gave me that game. Of course, in my community, I come from poverty, so we would have to seek out those type of things in order for someone to educate us on those things. But I believe in not letting knowledge go to waste. So I plan on, using the knowledge that I do have in this arena and educating the youth so they'll be prepared when they do enter in their freshman year of college or trade school or whatever else they plan on doing. Now, this is for the parents and guardians of the youth, of kids. If you do have a credit card account that's in good standing, remember, it needs to be in good standing, meaning that you haven't ran it through the mud and you got a high balance due and it's collecting high interest and it's hitting your credit score in a negative way. If it's in good standing, mean you're all up to date and you're paying well on it and it has a good credit history. Credit history meaning your time having the card. So most adults have had a credit card for a pretty lengthy amount of time, maybe 5 years or more, which is good. Especially the older the adult is, normally, they usually have the card for at least 5 years or more. The longer the better. So one way you can help your kids win is setting them up on your credit card. This is totally legal, as an authorized user. And what this does is it's gonna make it seem like the kid has their own credit card. And that's big because authorized user accounts report to the 3 credit bureaus. It does. So that kid is gonna start establishing a credit history. Now, as early as age 13, you could put a kid on your authorized user account. And for American Express, it's age 13, and Barclays is age 13. There are multiple financial institutions that don't have an age requirement. Bank of America, they don't have an age requirement. Capital One, they don't have one. Chase, Citibank, Now, things may have changed post-pandemic, I don't know, but the last time I checked, none of those places had an age requirement. And like I said, 13 years old, that's still pretty young and pretty good to start a kid up with their credit history. Now, Discover, I believe it's age 15 that the kid has to be, but that's good to start their credit history and their credit report off at 15. But nonetheless, this all rides on the parent or the guardian. You are responsible for your kids' credit up until they get to 18. So if you want to throw them on your account, your credit card account, as an authorized user, do them a big favor and make sure your credit card account is in good standing. The better standing that your account is, the more it will help them. Because what this is gonna do, I'm telling you this for a reason. I believe a lot of people probably already know this, but I would like people to take initiative and actually put it into action, because it's big. You know, this will help your kids and give them a nice head start. Let me tell a story real quick. So I remember it was my freshman year in college, right? And I was in marketing class, and it was a kid in there, and he was talking about how he had a credit score. He had good credit. He had a credit score in the 700s. And you know, we're 18 years old. It's our first year in college, and I'm up there scratching my head. I'm wondering, like, how in the world does he already have a good credit score? And you know, he explained to the class that his parents basically helped him out. I didn't understand the process of how they helped him out, but he basically was on their accounts, on their credit card accounts. And people have been doing this for years, setting their kids up. Now, I will say there have been talks about them ending the whole authorized user thing as far as how it reports. Of course, you can still add authorized users, but there have been talks about maybe changing the way how it reports to the credit bureaus. So take advantage of this while you can, because like I said, there has been talks over the years about so many different changes regarding credit and credit scoring. But while things are still the same right now, take advantage of it. There is no better way other than, like I said, a trust fund or savings and things of that nature, or just purchasing your kid a house or investing certain things. There is no other better way, especially for those with average income, than setting your kid up on an account that's in good standing as an authorized user. They will benefit from this when they turn 18. Not only do you do that, set them up as an authorized user, but you also educate them on the importance of credit. You know, introduce them to credit, introduce them to how they should use the credit card. See, the cool thing about authorized user accounts is you don't have to hand that card over to your kid. You can if you want to. Like, if you want to teach them how to be responsible and use the card, you can, but you don't have to. And that's the cool thing. So you always want to make sure that you set your kids up to win, and this is a great way to do so. Be sure to check out my videos. I have videos of how you can keep your account in good standing and how you can manage your credit cards the correct way. I also have a book, Strategies to Master Credit. It's available on all online bookstores. I also have a class, Master Your Credit. So there's help out there. It's not just my material. It's help all over, you know. I'm not selfish to be like, oh, you only have to use my material. Wherever you get help the right way, get the help. But this is to set your kids up to win. Start thinking about our youth. This is important. Thank you for watching. I ask that you would like and subscribe.